This is to advise the general public that in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, the Little Lake Harbor Board of Education caused to be posted at the office of the Board of Education located at 307 Frog Pond Road, Little Lake Harbor, New Jersey, and faxed on January 8, 2018 to the Asbury Park Press, Atlantic City Press, Manahawkin newspapers, and the Sandpaper, and to the office of the Municipal Clerk of Little Lake Harbor. A meeting notice setting forth the time, date, and location of this meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, recommend a motion to approve the May 13th, 2019 agenda.
Motion. Second.
Any questions? No questions?
All right, Mr. Malone.
Yes.
Mr. Dowio.
Yes.
Ms. Januzzi.
Yes.
Dr. Gross.
Yes.
Mrs. Palin.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes.
Mr. Moncrief.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Recommend a motion to approve the following minutes. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions? No questions?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carries.
All right, we have several presentations tonight. First, the George Mitchell School update given by Alexandra Bell and Ava King, third grade students.
My apologies, I thought the girls were going to sing first.
Good evening. My name is Alex Bell.
And I'm Ava King. And we are students from Miss Savage's third grade class. Thank you for inviting us to present the George J. Mitchell School highlights.
Students from each grade level were invited to have lunch with the principal for showing fairness towards other classmates. These students were awarded with a pizza lunch and a certificate for their positive actions. Congratulations to the students who earned this award.
The kindergarten students celebrated Arbor Day in a big way. They created Arbor Day posters that lined our hallways and planted a tree in our courtyard in front of our new Trex deck bench. We would like to thank Ms. Wyckoff for organizing this special event.
The kindergarten and first grade students also participated in Muffins with Moms to celebrate Mother's Day. The students and mothers had a wonderful time, and happy Mother's Day to all of our Little Lake Harbor mothers.
Last week was Teacher Appreciation Week. We would like to thank our teachers for always working hard to make learning fun. We hope you enjoyed your special week.
Thank you and have a wonderful night.
Next, we have the Frog Pond update given by Gabrielle Garcia from the sixth grade. Is Gabrielle here?
I don't see her.
All right, we can come back to that.
One of you like to step in and read this?
Plans are coming together for our first annual Full Steam Ahead Evening of the Arts. On May 23rd, beginning at 6 o'clock p.m., Frog Pond will be hosting our spring concert, school-wide art show, and STEAM fair. The buy one, get one free book fair will be open, and there will be many community groups on one hand with information and sign-up opportunities. We are looking forward to this exciting night. As a part of their responsibility service project, the Red Team at the FPE has created bags to donate to chemotherapy patients and their families. Puzzle books, colored pencils, warm hats, slippers, small pillows, lotion, hand sanitizer, small stuffed animals, chapstick, and many other items were collected. These bags are distributed by the David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation to local community members who are going through cancer treatments. The bags are designed to let cancer patients know that that in their community is thinking about them and trying to help them brighten their day while at treatment. Over 50 bags were donated to this wonderful and worthwhile cause.
Thank you. Next, we have the presentation of the George Mitchell Students of the Month.
Good evening. First up, Marlo Vanarelli from Miss Lawler and Miss Nally's kindergarten class. Is she here? Marlo? Yeah. Come on up. Marlo continues to shine in kindergarten. She is a joy to have in class, and her positive attitude is contagious. Marlo is a hard-working student, and she demonstrates respect, kindness, and care on a daily basis. Her teachers would also like to share that her ability to recall and apply what she is taught is exceptional for her age and stage. Marlo is a treasure of a student and young girl. Nominating her was an easy choice. Yay, Marlo! Next is Kylie Janate from Mrs. Mason's first grade class. Kylie, come on up. Kylie has earned Student of the Month in Mrs. Mason's first grade class for her amazing work ethic and friendly personality. She always encourages her peers and helps to create a positive classroom environment. Kylie comes to school every day with a smile that is contagious and an excitement for learning. Congratulations, Kylie. Jack Senick from Mrs. Grisbart's second grade class. Jack here? Jack is an all-around great kid. He comes to school ready to do his best each day, is polite, caring, considerate, and loves to learn. His smile and positive attitude can light up a room, and his sense of humor keeps us all laughing. It has been such an honor to work with Jack this year. Congratulations, Jack. Ryan Schrader from Miss Pascal's second grade class. Right, there he is. Ryan is deserving of this recognition because of all of his hard work and kindness he shows others in our class. I can always depend on Ryan to be listening to directions and trying his best to help his classmates. He is definitely a role model for other students to follow. Great job, Ryan. And Juliana Solomon from Mr. Bokikio's third grade class. Juliana, you here? Let me read a little something about her. What a great kid. She is always so cheery, eager to learn, generous, and she never fails to make me smile. I defy anyone to listen to her laugh and not immediately crack up right along with her. She brightens a room when she walks into it, and I'm blessed to have her this year. Congratulations, Juliana. Congratulations, everyone.
Certificates? Good job. There you go. There you go. Are you ready? Everybody smiling and looking at me? Very nice. Perfect. Thank you. All right.
Next, we have the Frog Pond Students of the Month.
All right, so fourth grade in Mr. Hart's class is Dominic Rizzo here. Dominic? So Dominic, his teacher says Dominic Rizzo is a student of the month. He gives his best effort and has a strong work ethic. He's thoughtful to others and is kind to everyone around him. Dominic works well in groups and adapts to change quickly without complaint. He is always ready and willing to help others. He takes initiative to help in the classroom, and he's a wonderful role model. So good job, Dominic. Is Juliana Okoye here? Come on up. Juliana is in the Sailors class, and Ms. Saylor writes, Juliana Okoye is always willing to lend a helping hand to her peers and her teachers. If someone needs help, she takes the initiative and dives right in. She greets every task with enthusiasm and a smile. Her sense of humor makes learning math and science more fun. Above all, Juliana is a kind and thoughtful friend. Nice job. In Mrs. Warrels' class, Haley Schrader. Mrs. Warrels writes, Haley demonstrates student leadership daily. She works hard, puts forth effort, and tries her best. Haley is pleasant, helpful, and kind. She takes her role as a student very seriously and serves as a great role model in and out of the classroom. Haley is a well-rounded, and currently a member of our MAC program after school. Her outstanding perseverance and determination has led her to receive this month's award. Congratulations, Haley. And last but not least, Olivia Asadorian. Come on up, Olivia. Ms. Wright writes, there's a million wonderful things that could be said about this lovely young lady. Olivia is very responsible, motivated, and a passionate student. She comes to school every day with a smile on her face, an excitement for learning, and a dedication to her academics that goes above and beyond. Congratulations, Olivia. Did Dominic come in? Dominic Rizzo? No?
Take a picture. Stay right here. Big smiles, especially you.
All right, hold them up and be happy. You ready? One more. Very nice, thank you.
Did Juliana arrive from Mr. Bacchicchio's room? Juliana, come on down.
Juliana, I'm going to share with everyone what Mr. Bacchicchio said about you. What a great kid. She was always so cheery, eager to learn, generous, and she never fails to make Mr. Bacchicchio smile. Mr. Bacchicchio defies anyone to listen to her laugh and not immediately crack up right alongside of her. So now you have to laugh for everyone. See, Mr. Bacchicchio is right. Everyone laugh. She brightens the room when she walks into it, and he is blessed to have her in his class this year. Congratulations, Juliana.
Now we'll have a performance by the South Jersey Elementary Chorus Festival Honors Chorus Group under the direction of Mrs. Sarah Dreyer, music teacher. In the group are Jillian Becker, Alyssa Brown, Summer Hudak, Emma O'Brien, and Audrey Princiati. 2019 School Teacher and Support Staff of the Year Awards.
Okay, I get to start. I'll start from the youngest to the oldest. Our teacher of the year is Nikki Renzia. Just a few words about her. Nikki is that person. Nikki does really well in front of preschoolers. Nikki is that person that always has a smile. It lights up a room, and she tries her best to put a smile on the face of every individual that crosses her path. She is loved and respected by students, parents, and peers, and is always willing to lend a helping hand, a listening ear, or advice. Nikki is open to new ideas and works well to build a collaborative environment with her coworkers. She dedicates her time to activities beyond the regular school day and programs that support our program and the children. She turns every day into an adventure for her students. Their days are filled with smiles, hugs, laughs, stories, music, lots of visitors, and plenty of playtime. When you enter her classroom, you immediately feel welcomed, and her room screams fun, while maintaining a level of love, respect, and expectations for learning. Nikki works tirelessly to create an environment in which the students enjoy their time at school. She's careful to create activities that are appropriate for her young learners, while being mindful of each child as they develop at their own pace. The children feel loved, safe, and supported, and we are lucky to have her enthusiasm, her dedication, and her authentic love for her teaching profession. And our support staff of the year is Jen Salzman. Jen is a quiet, understated paraprofessional that devotes her time and energy to supporting the teacher in the classroom and, most importantly, supporting the children. She can quickly sense a child's needs and provides constant encouragement and love. She is very knowledgeable of the curriculum expectations and plays an important role in creating a consistent environment for the children. She comes to work eager to be supportive in the classroom and rejoices in the children's successes, big and small. Jen's compassion and professionalism enhances our high-quality preschool. And last but certainly not least, our custodian of the year is Dave Cummins. Is Dave here? Okay, I'll just read a few words about Dave. Dave is competent in his profession and is a friendly face in the ECC building. He can be spotted making numerous rounds to the preschool classrooms to assist with maintenance issues such as installing lights, replacing fencing, maintaining the playground and grounds, or repairing a sandbox. He always remains professional and considerate, and when he comes into contact with our little ones, he always entertains their questions, of which I'm sure you know there are many. If safety is established, he will then take a moment to explain to the students what he is doing, why he is doing it, and once in a while, he'll give the little ones a power tool demonstration, which is always a big hit. So congratulations to Dave.
George J. Mitchell School Teacher of the Year, Pam Mason, come on up. So this presentation is going to encompass a couple of different things. Love this in the back, if you haven't noticed all her little ones sitting and cheering her on. So from the moment I started in Little Egg Harbor, which was 4 years ago, I'm going to say it was probably less than a month before I heard Pam's name mentioned along with probably one of the best teachers that have ever come through Little Egg Harbor or taught in Little Egg Harbor. And I was just so happy to have the opportunity this year for her to teach in the building that I'm the principal in, because I was really able to see her excellence in action. So, as you notice all the little ones in the back, which is absolutely a tribute to your amazing teaching, this is how they come in every day. And after it was announced that Pam was Teacher of the Year, one of the parents of the students, Mrs. Kelly, asked if she could put together a little video to memorialize this event for you. So,
the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake, and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out
Each one of your students wrote you a letter, so you can keep this forever and ever. And each of them wrote a letter about why you are so special or why they've enjoyed this year so much. So, congratulations, well deserved. And for support staff of the year, Tiffany Darby Adams. Okay, let me read a little bit about her. So Miss Tiff is our kindergarten cafeteria playground aide, which certainly is a job that is rewarding, but certainly not easy. But from the moment that she started making connections with the kindergarten students and absolutely loves her job. And it was in late October that I received the following email from a parent who joined their child for lunch buddies. I just wanted to say what a great time I had with my son today as his lunch buddy. I believe the aide I met today was Miss Tiff. She is absolutely wonderful. What an asset to the school district. She genuinely cares about each and every kindergarten student she comes in contact with, and the children seem to think the world of her. You can tell that by the way that they interact with her. She's a true gem and deserves special recognition for all that she does. So congratulations, Ms. Tiff, even though she's not here with us tonight. And Mr. Nazarok is going to do our custodian of the year. Yep.
Our custodian of the year is Renee Kennedy, and she is here. So come on down. And our director of facilities, Seth Cole, is also here with me. Congratulations, Renee. This is really kind of like Rookie of the Year and MVP all at once, because at the end of this year, Renee's actually completing her very first year with us in the district. So in a very short time, she has made her mark. She is dependable and she is reliable. She's already worked both at the Mitchell School this year and also at the ECC, and she brings a wonderful personality to our district. So MVP, Rookie of the Year, congratulations. Mr. Henderson.
Oh, my flower broke.
So for the Frog Pond School, not only will we not have a video, but we also will not have a photo op because none of them are here. They were all invited, but unfortunately they all couldn't attend. But I'll read a little bit about each. Starting with our Teacher of the Year, Mr. Most. I'm not shocked that he's not here. This is not his kind of thing. Long overdue. Jim is not the center of attention kind of guy. He does not go around looking for recognition. He simply comes in every day and truly makes a difference to his students. Over the years, the makeup of Jim's classroom has changed several times. Not only does he embrace the changes, he quickly creates a family-like environment in the room for his students, developing a personal relationship with them and the support staff that he works with every day. It only takes a moment in his classroom to see that he loves what he does. His fun-loving and caring personality are only a part of what makes him an excellent choice for Teacher of the Year. So congratulations, Jim, wherever you are. Next up is our Support Staff Person of the Year, Sue Doka. Just making sure you didn't come in late. Congratulations, Sue. Sue Doka is an asset to our district. She has the unique ability of making a difficult job look easy. As we all know that working with students is not always easy, Sue looks at the whole student, takes into account their home life, how they get along with their friends, if they had a bad day or are not feeling well. She always seems to know the right thing to say or do to help the students have the best day possible. Thank you, Sue, for being wonderful with our students. And lastly, custodian of the year is Tina Kanya. Tina is one of the most versatile staff members in the district. Not only does she handle all the secretary duties within the facility department, she is also first to jump in and lend a hand whenever needed. It is not all unusual to see her running with a ladder or a mop to some emergency situation. Her experience and knowledge of building operations make her an invaluable asset to the district. Tina also dedicates her time to helping our district and community become more sustainable and energy conscious by being a member of our Green Team. Thank you, Tina. Well deserved.
Okay, good evening. Jen, you want to come up? I'll be presenting for Staff Member of the Year for the Administration Building. Tonight I have the distinct pleasure of recognizing Jennifer O'Brien for our Support Staff Member of the Year at the Administration Building. Jen has been our Data and Program Specialist for the past 2 school years. Prior to this, she began at Mitchell with me as a part-time secretary. Jen is a talented individual who's always willing to jump in and help. She really is the wizard behind the curtain, working tirelessly behind the scenes on a multitude of projects, sometimes all at once. Whether it's assisting our teachers with our online programs and resources, or preparing data to upload to the state, she's always working tirelessly. She performs every task with efficiency and efficacy. She is truly an extraordinary person. We're so lucky to have her in our district. Thank you so much for all your hard work and your commitment. This award is well deserved. Congratulations.
So we're going to move on to recognizing our retirees, starting with Tim Ginsimer, who I know is not here this evening. Tim dedicated 18 years to the Little Lake Harbor School District and our technology department. His good nature and sense of humor made him loved by staff and students. Students would enjoy helping Mr. Tim run the soundboard and set up microphones at concerts and drama performances. Many times over the summer, you could find Tim on a ladder, head and shoulders in the ceiling, running wires throughout the school. Enjoy your retirement, Tim. You deserve it.
Next is Evie Sias, and I know she's not here, but she's watching a live stream from Florida. So Evie was in district for 26 years, and she was an outstanding educator and worked diligently on helping students with their reading and writing skills. And the most special thing about Evie is she made every child that she worked with feel like they could conquer the world despite their difficulties. I know she served as a mentor to me and certainly a mentor to so many other teachers. We will miss her greatly and just wish her well in her retirement.
Okay, I'm here to speak about Shirley McCann. Shirley's here. Can you come up, please? Shirley has been in the district for 26 years, and both of her boys went through our school district, and she was very involved, and she still is. She's worked in both the George Mitchell and the Frog Pond School as a paraprofessional. She has always worked in our special education department and has always taken on any challenge that we have given her with a smile and with grace and a positive attitude. She is, when asked to describe Shirley, some of the people that have worked with her have said that she's dependable, trustworthy, never hesitates to pitch in, has a great rapport with the students, always smiling, and the list goes on, including a fabulous pickle dip, according to Mr. Denora. Shirley will definitely be missed, and we hope that she enjoys her retirement with her husband and her children and grandchildren.
Next up, Kim Mathis. Oh, my God. Okay. So Kim has been in district for 18 years. Yeah. So it was a true honor for me so I started 4 years ago, and that's when I met Kim. And she really is an exceptional staff member and really filled in any way that we needed her to. She worked really hard to create memorable experiences for our students, whether it was the Read Across America events, the book fairs were outstanding, organizing the library or anything else that we needed her to do. She always went above and beyond and really had a true passion for what she did. We're going to miss her greatly. She was a true asset to our district, and we wish you well in your retirement.
I really don't want to go.
Good evening again. I'd like to recognize and call forward Mrs. Lisa Truitt, who's teaching language therapist in our district. And Lisa. On behalf of the entire district, we'd like to congratulate and thank you for your 16 years of service. Over the course of those years, Lisa has had the privilege, and we are fortunate that she's been able to work with students from preschool all the way up into grade 6 in probably all 3 of our schools. One of the things that I know we're all going to miss about her, and something that I think you were a role model without even knowing it, was her willingness to always serve as a consultant for staff members, students, and teachers of those that she was not working directly with. And that happened in informal conversations that I would come across in the hallway, sometimes in a formal way at IRS meetings or special education meetings for students perhaps she wasn't even working with. So thank you for that. Also, a little known fact, we hear this about a lot of our staff members. In a very quiet way, Lisa was very much a part of our school community, always volunteering to be a part of events after hours, on Saturdays, so you can still do that, you know. Congratulations, Lisa Truitt. Okay, I'm back to recognize Sharon Spratt. I don't believe Sharon is here, but I just want to double check. Sharon is leaving our district after 11 years. She served, like Lisa, in really all 3 schools at one point over those 11 years as a child study team member, serving in the capacity as a social worker. Very, very quiet, but if you got to know her, she had a wicked sense of humor, and I know we're all going to miss her as well. So congratulations, Sharon. Hope you can hear me wherever you are.
Next, we're going to be recognizing one of our paraprofessionals, Joanne Sededicato. She started with the district originally substituting in the special education department, and then she was a paraprofessional full-time. Joanne was in the district for a total of 10 years, and she loved being with children. Anybody that knew her knows that she dedicated so much time and her heart to the children that she worked with and the classes that she was in. She will definitely be missed. Her tender mannerisms and tone with the students was always a plus. She was known as Miss Jo by her students, and a lot of us staff members called her Miss Jo. She was a fabulous cook. You can see the theme that we have here with our paraprofessionals. And the students and teachers loved when she brought in her food, especially Mr. Demaro. One of her specialties was chicken cutlets, according to him. And Miss Jo was well respected by the students in the classes she worked with and by the staff, and she is truly missed, and we will definitely remember her with fondness.
Next up is Robin Morio. She couldn't make it this evening. Robin has had worked in the district for 29 years, as long as I've been alive. Dedicated, professional, caring. Those are the words that come to mind when I think of Robin Morio. Always her students' most passionate advocate. She expected them to work hard and give their best effort. Because of the love and respect they had for her, they did. And I'm fortunate to have had the opportunity to work with Robin, an amazing role model for her students, and a great friend. So good job, Robin. And next up is Mr. Miller, Terry Miller. Come on up, Terry. Finally, someone showed. 25 years. I admit, I was a little surprised when Terry said he was retiring. True story. When people are consistent in your life, you always expect them to be there. Terry is that stable, consistent presence in a Frog Pond school. His kind, gentle, easygoing nature can be counted on even on the craziest of days. While he could be soft-spoken, make no mistake, he can also manage a gymnasium full of students with no problem. His positivity is contagious, and I am certain he will be greatly missed. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And the last one from me for the evening, Joanne Tingle, are you here? Okay. Retired November 2018 after 20 years of service with the Little Egg Harbor School District. When Joanne first began at the district, she worked in the cafeteria as a food service worker and then became a full-time custodian. Joanne worked the evening shift in both George J. Mitchell School and at the Frog Pond School. When speaking with people about Joanne, everyone remarked what a hard worker she was. The teachers who had her as a custodian all stated what a great job she did and that she always was pleasant and had a smile. If they needed anything, all they had to do was ask her, and she did whatever she could to accommodate you. She is missed by the staff, and we wish Joanne a very happy retirement.
Okay, finally for the paraprofessionals, we have Patricia Clausen. She started as a substitute in our district and then became a full-time special education paraprofessional. Pat retired in October 2018. Most of her career she spent in the district. She worked with our students with autism. She also worked in our extended school year program and with many different challenges throughout the years. She always faced them with a smile on her face, and she was always caring and loving with the children and staff that she worked with. People described her as a person with a very sunny disposition, very caring and loving. Pat is a mother and a grandmother, and she adores her family. She's originally from Ecuador, and she loved teaching the neighborhood children Spanish. Pat will be missed, and we wish her very well in her retirement.
I have the pleasure of introducing Pam Sparks, who is here. So after 25 years, Pam has decided to leave us. Are you sure? Okay. Pam has spent much of her career with the preschool-aged children. She has been at the upper grade levels, and Pam can be counted on to always show up to work with a smile. And when I think of Pam Sparks, I think of calm, soft, gentle, and loving. And that is the personality that she brought to this district and to our students for 25 years. You will certainly be missed.
All right, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our transportation liaison, Doris McCarrick. Come on up, Doris. So for 18 years, give or take a couple of days, Doris has been heading Little Egg's transportation department. And so if your little one ever left on a day early to go home because they weren't feeling well, this marvelous person is the one who got it there, most likely. And so, not just in Little Egg, but also in the surrounding communities where she has driven and helped with all those districts as well. I can tell you, not just operationally, but from a personal point of view, your energy and character is going to be missed. I call Doris D-Money because she's money. She's good at her job, and she will be terribly missed by all of us. But I can tell you that this person knows how, she's going to enjoy retirement. So I have really good faith that you're going to love it, and I wish you all the best. Congratulations. Well, my last person for the evening is a very good friend and mentor of mine, Miss Ann Facemeyer. Please come up, please. I'm going to keep it very brief as not cry, so openly sob on the microphone in a board meeting. But Ann has been, I worked with Ann since I came to the district 2 years ago, literally side by side on a daily basis. And everything that I've learned in this business, I've learned from you directly. And I couldn't have a better mentor. This is somebody who is the first person in the building every day, the last person out every night. You can't teach that kind of work ethic, and you can't replace the kind of institutional knowledge she brings to this district. Thank you so much for 20 plus years of dedicated service to Southern Ocean County. I think I can speak for everybody here when I say you will be missed every day. Thank you.
Okay, last but not least, we have Debbie Christensen. So Debbie's been in our district for 10 years. She started off as a substitute, and she's worked as a secretary at Frog Pond Elementary, at George J. Mitchell, and most recently she's over at the district office with me and our team. She's always very pleasant and helpful and thorough. She's organized, attentive, and she never says no. We wish her well in her retirement. She'll be going down to South Carolina in her beautiful new home. Congratulations.
Going to take a minute to invite Nora Maloney from the association to say a few words about the retirees.
Good evening. I don't know which way to face. My name is Nora Maloney, and I'm proud to be the president of the Little Lake Harbor Township Education Association. It's this way. The end of a school year is a time for reflection. As we look back on the year, we note the many changes that took place in our district this past year. Changes in leadership, changes in policy, changes at the local and state levels, and more. Although change is stressful in many ways, change challenges us. I am so proud of our members for embracing these changes while continuing to care for, educate, and remain consistent for our students. Thank you for being so adaptive and professional. It is clear that no matter the challenge, struggle, or issue we face it together, and our students always come first. This evening, we honor fellow members who have been recognized for their hard work, passion, and love for this profession, and we thank you. When we look at the fantastic education that is offered to our students, we cannot help but look beyond the new books, new programs, or even the shiny new educational materials on our walls. The true brick and mortar of this district lies in our history. Those that have given so much passion, knowledge, and love to their careers have in turn passed those most treasured things on to our current staff and students. Know that we are grateful to have worked with and learned from this group of dedicated educators who are now moving into a new and exciting chapter of their lives in retirement. We thank them for laying the foundation for us and wish them the best in their retirement. We promise to pick up your torch and hold that flame of excellence in education close to our hearts. Thank you.
And now we're going to take a 15-minute break, or not?
They tell me.
Years of service.
Oh, we have the Years of Service Awards.
All right, so I'm going to be recognizing our employees that have 15 years of service. First one, Carla Baker. Kristen Bronstein. Catherine Bruno. Kathleen Parsich. Danielle Crotty. Amy Eastburn. Ann Facemeyer. Nicole Heckelman. Allison Cope. Kimberly Murphy. Janine Palumbo. Marion Prada. Elizabeth Saunders. Rachel Savage. Kelly Spinner. Jacqueline Tresolino. And Lori Zettelmeyer.
Okay, after 20 years of service, we have Deborah Allen, Tony Lee Chamberlain, Mary Ann Ferris, Karen Grayson, Kathleen Mandra, Pam Mason, John McGrath, Jim Most, Tara Parker, Elaine Rudolph, and Joanne Tyndall.
I get to introduce three awesome staff members that have worked in Little Egg Harbor Schools for 25 years. Diane Cavone, Terry Miller, and Ken Sparks. Congratulations to all three of you.
And last but not least, 30 years of service. We have two staff members, John Gray, who could be here this evening, and Regina Nielsen, who also.
And I have the honor of providing this award for 35 years of service to Joanne Walton. I don't think she's here because I know she wasn't feeling well today, but quite an accomplishment.
All right, now we're going to take a short break because there's some kids in the back that deserve some cake.
I hope so. Thank you. I was walking down the stairs. I gotta get my picture. She stuck this up the trip. What time we got for President? We're good for 15 minutes. We got another 10. You gotta go? Yeah, we got time. There's so many jokes are rushing through my head right now. Yeah.
I can do that.
We're going to get started up in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we'll get ready for you.
I'm ready.
Oh, really? Shall I wait 5 more minutes?
Hurry up, we're waiting a long time. Get the last one.
All right, we're going to start up with a presentation by Mr. Brown. I've been told he can clear a room, so we're going to let him get started now.
If you've come to the meetings in March or April, this presentation is going to look very familiar. So we're going to do a quick overview for the last time of the 2019-2020 general fund budget. And I start this every time by thanking our board and our committee for their participation on this, and our admin team, who we will all work together to develop this budget. It's for the entire district. It includes Frog Pond, Mitchell School, and ECC. Our enrollment is up a little bit this year. It started to recover a little bit, and then what we're seeing in this slide here is the assessed values of our homes and the tax rate in the town. So you can see that assessed values in 19 are up just a bit. In 2018, our assessed values almost 89% of land here is residential. That hasn't changed. The School Funding Reform Act is reducing our state aid and increasing the local fair share, the amount that taxpayers pay for the school budget every year. We get about 50% of our money from state aid and the other 50% from taxes. The net reduction in state aid from the School Funding Reform Act for the rest of the way for Little Egg Harbor is a little over $1.7 million lost in the increments that are outlined up there. That's about 14.5% of our adjustment aid, and it gives us a negative revenue growth year over. So to combat these rising costs, we are pursuing cost-saving measures. We outlined some of them up here. The district's financials, we leave this up here to just give you an idea of what the reserve balances look like. We have a little over $600,000 in capital reserves. That money is reserved for capital projects, capital improvements, things like roofs, windows, and doors, or building. It seems like a decent amount of money, but you can burn through, a payroll here is $800,000. You can burn through $600,000 with school construction very quickly. Key appropriations for this year, we have a new special ed teacher, a new part-time music teacher, and a math coach. We've made some significant upgrades in our technology infrastructure, and we have a key appropriation. Healthcare is our second biggest line item besides our salaries every year. So we have a number of state and federal mandates that we comply with like everybody else. The big thing that we're talking about, we actually sent something to the Budget and Finance Committee tonight, was for an energy service improvement plan, which is a big energy upgrade project for the district. We're looking at something that's going to be somewhere around $1 million project, and we get some guaranteed savings from that work if we go through the ESIP model. The 2019-20 budget is up here. The total budget is just over $31 million. Of that, $12,704,948 is raised by local taxes. And if you own a home in Little Egg Harbor, this is how the tax levy will impact you. The average home is a little under $200,000 in Little Egg, so that average homeowner will see their school taxes increase about $19 a year. And so this was the final public hearing on the 2019 and 20 budget. The next step for us is to certify for taxes. So, any questions?
Okay, moving on to the report of the superintendent.
Thank you. Full steam ahead in Arts Science Fair Night. Thursday, May 23rd, there is a full steam ahead Arts and Science Fair at the Frog Pond School at 5 o'clock till 8 o'clock. The formal spring concert will begin at 6. The staff and students are very excited about the fair. Our 6th grade promotion ceremony will be held on Thursday, June 13th at 5 o'clock in the gymnasium of the Pinelands Regional High School, and we are very excited about that. If you are going to be attending as a board member, can you please let Madge know, as there is reserved seating. The last day of school is Friday, June 14th. Students will have an early dismissal on Thursday and Friday of that week. Lastly, our summer programs. We have summer programs which include ESY, Title I, and Reading for Excellence. We will also have our 4th annual Summer Heat, which are free professional development workshops for teachers, staff members, anyone in the area that would like to attend. We've had teachers from Toms River, Cape May County, and all are welcome. So please look out for the information on that very shortly. And lastly, the Little Egg Harbor Community School will be hosting summer camp for students. If you need something for your student to do this summer, please look on our website. Thank you.
Next up is a residents forum. On agenda items only at this time. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express, with each statement made by a resident limited to 3 minutes as cited in policy 167. The public may comment on any item on the agenda at this time. General public comment occurs later in the meeting. Anyone like to comment on agenda items at this time?
I was just wondering if you could.
Hello. I was wondering if you could explain what the lead family partner job position and the intervention and referral service coordinator new positions are, and are they included in this budget that's been proposed and approved?
So the INRS one is
it's a current position that we have. It's being approved because now there's going to be summer days that are also going to be included in that, and that's all paid through the Title I grant. So it's not in this budget because it's in our grant money. And then the other one, the lead, the other lead position is from the preschool, and that's part of Ms. Flynn's grant too. So it's not in the budget, they're grant money.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else? Appears to be no one else, so we will move on to board work session.
Okay. We don't have any new policies and regulations for this month that we're discussing for Board of the Whole. Under Budget and Finance, Dr. Snyder actually just asked about the one. It's the Intervention Referral Specialist Coordinator, and as I said, it's paid through Title I, and it just includes those summer days as well. But it's not a new position, it's just an extension of what we currently have. The lead partner is our ECC grant with Ms. Flynn. We're approving the positions and then the job description so we can post for those. And then the last thing is Nick wanted to give a brief ESIP update.
So I sent everything to the budget. I sent a brief overview of the two projects that we'd like to discuss to the Budget and Finance Committee. I think what I wanted to start in the conversation was that the proposals are fairly similar in the sense that they're both going to focus on energy savings work, but one of them had a far more expansive scope, so that the scope of that project was a little bit closer to $2 million. Now they're all built, contingent on this audit that gets performed first. That's the first step in the process, and that audit really determines how in depth the project goes. So it's something that I'm going to ask the Budget and Finance Committee to consider, and if you have questions about it, you can ask them now, or we can discuss, and we'll try to approve one of those two proposals at the June board meeting.
Okay. The next on the list is my merit goals. So I did give out a packet to all the board members. I want to make it very clear that Ms. Palin and Mr. Ballone are conflicted on voting on my merit goals, but I did give you a packet because this is just student information and data based on our district. So it's nothing that you can't be aware of. I have two goals that have to be approved, and they have to be approved according to the original format by the end of May. So I have them on the agenda with a disclaimer that some of the data, although with our mid-year data, we've already proven the growth in this cohort of students that we're going to discuss. I would like to wait to send this off to the county until we have all the final assessments done on the students, and that will be the beginning of June, and I will email that out to the board with an update. That's only one portion of this. So starting on page 1, just a reminder, the quantitative goal dealt with the students based on last year's PARCC assessment that were in the approaching proficiency standard. So oftentimes we look at the students that are at the top and how we can accommodate their needs, and the students at the bottom and how to bring them up. But these are those students that are right at the cusp of being proficient on the PARCC assessment. So we identified who those students were, and then we put remedial measures in place to track their growth and progress. So the first page is just a reminder of what that goal was. If you go to page 2, anything that is in red is an update. The blue are all hyperlinks to documents. Most of the documents are on the back of this packet, but I will share this information with the board so you can actually click on them and you can see everything for yourself. I do have to first go through and make sure all the students' names are blacked out. So I will, once that's done, I'll share this with you via a Google Doc, so you can click on the links, but most of the information is provided in this packet. So as I said, we identified who those students were, and then we put interventions into place to ensure their growth and progress. If you turn to page 3, I put a statement in here based on the mid-year assessments and the recent 3rd grade reading data, which was a small group that we did intense services with for 6 weeks. There was a far more increase of over 10% in that cohort. So what was done was working, and I want to give a lot of credit to the teachers, Mr. Akampora, and really all the administrative team for helping out with this. If you turn again to page 4, the next goal dealt with the social and emotional needs of our students, and Mrs. Trusolino really was very involved in this with many of other staff members, but it definitely was a focus for this year.
Once again, anything in red is what was added to the goal to show how we accomplished it. So there were faculty meetings, there were in-service days. These are all the things and the workshops that Jackie either held with other staff members, administrators, or she actually did herself. She did lessons in the classroom, she did presentations for the staff members, and they are found at the back of this packet. Page 5 is very interesting. This is a teacher share. These are things that teachers actually came up with and shared with one another. And as I said, everything there is a hyperlink. So when I share this document out with you, you'll be able to click on those and see them, for yourself and peruse through them. Some of the things that we did to create rewards for students were kindness cash, rewards-based assemblies, and Monday morning meetings that teachers held with students. The administrative team meets every Monday for what we call Monday morning meeting, and we go over data and anything that we have as an objective for the week. So this is something that we would look at, as well as discipline data. So if you go to page 6, one of the things that we were trying to do this year is look at the discrepancy between boys and girls and how they're disciplined. Now, from 17-18 to 18-19, overall there were less discipline infractions, but there definitely was a slight decrease in the discrepancy between girls and boys. And you can see that's the graph at the bottom. And one of the things I want to point out, if you go to page 7, the repeat offenders, which did skew the data a little bit, and I wanted to make sure that you're aware of that. Only 2 students, and obviously it's all blacked out, only 2 students on this list were female, but if one student is incorporated in this data 21 times, it's definitely going to throw the data off because it's one student with 21 infractions. But even so, the discrepancy between girls and boys did decrease somewhat. And then on page 8, you can see from year to year, from 17-18 to 18-19, absences was another thing that we looked at. And there was an overall decrease in absences altogether, but definitely you can see the increase, and actually I should say the decrease in absences in males from 17-18 to 18-19. And then if you flip over to page 9, that's females. So in 17-18, that number's on the top, and then 18-19, the number's on the bottom. So our attendance is improving regardless. And then after that is something that you can just look through on your own. It's the backup data for all of the things that we just went through. As I said, they're hyperlinks, but you can go through this yourself and see where we were at mid-year, how we came up with the data, how we came up with the students. And one of the pieces of information that I thought was most impressive, it's about midway through, and I'm just going to show it to you. It's the NWEA winter data in February of 2019, and it looks like this. And basically what this is showing you that more than 50% of our students either reached or were above the norm by mid-year. And that's what we were trying to accomplish. This isn't a cross comparison of PARCC assessment data because we won't have that till next year. But for now, you can see the progress the students made because by mid-year, they were either at or above the norm in both subject areas. I know it's a lot, and as I said, I'm going to send you all of this as a Google Doc so you can get through it and dig a little deeper, and you can always ask questions then. But are there any questions right now? A lot of data. Okay. All right. There were no questions on the website. And the last thing I have for the board is in July, I'm at a conference on July 15th, and that's when we have our board meeting. Is it okay with all of you if we switch it to the next week, which is July 22nd? And you don't have to let me know right now. If you can't make that date, can you let me know or let Madge know? So we would just be switching it to the following Monday. Sounds like I have no idea what I'm doing then. Good? Yeah, I'll text you that morning. We have a board meeting today. All right, okay, that's it. Any update from you?
Now, just a reminder, the next board meeting is June 10th at 6 p.m. and the promotion ceremony is Friday, June 17th. Which, as Mr. Balone points out, I will miss. Right. I'm sure he'll fill in for me. With a speech that everyone should be waiting and paying attention to every word on it. Next we have finance items, 12 on the agenda. Recommend motion to approve finance items A through CC. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any questions? No questions?
We gotta get to that page now. All right, Mr. Balone.
Yes.
Mr. Dalio.
Yes.
Ms. Januzzi. Dr. Gross.
Yes.
Mrs. Palin.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes.
Mr. Moncrief.
Yes.
Finance motion's carried.
I know, that's fine.
Next, facilities. Recommend motion to approve facilities item A. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? No questions?
All right, Mr. Balone.
Yes.
Mr. Dalio.
Yes.
Ms. Januzzi.
Yes.
Dr. Gross.
Yes.
Ms. Palin.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes.
Mr. Moncrief.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Technology. Recommend motion to approve technology item A. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? No questions?
Mr. Balone.
Yes.
Mr. Dalio.
Yes.
Ms. Januzzi.
Yes.
Dr. Gross.
Yes.
Mrs. Palin.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes.
Mr. Moncrief.
Yes.
Motion carries.
New business, we have one item up for new business. Recommend motion to amend the agenda to approve the following recommendations of the superintendent of schools.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions? And the motion is to approve Tiffany Adams Darby, CPA, at George Mitchell for a day without pay, Thursday, May 16th, 2019. Is there a motion to approve the new business? Is there a second?
Okay.
Any questions? No questions?
All right, Mr. Balone.
Yes.
Mr. Dalio.
Yes.
Ms. Januzzi.
Yes.
Dr. Gross.
Yes.
Mrs. Palin.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes.
Mr. Moncrief.
Yes.
Motion carries.
The community school financial items for the month of April were provided for informational purposes only. Personnel items, recommend motion to approve personnel items A through KK.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any questions? No questions?
All right. Mr. Balone.
Yes. Staying on 17R.
Mr. Dalio.
Yes.
Ms. Januzzi.
Yes.
Dr. Gross.
Yes.
Ms. Palin.
Yes, except I have to abstain on C1, F, G, H, I, Q, T, GG1 and 2.
And R.
And 17R. That's the
Yeah.
miracles.
Yeah.
Okay, I've noted your abstentions. Thank you. Mr. Zimmerman. And Mr. Moncrief.
Yes.
Motion's carried.
18, recommend motion to approve harassment, intimidation, and bullying cases as per executive session. Can I have a motion?
Yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? No questions?
Mr. Balone.
Yes.
Mr. Dalio.
Yes.
Ms. Januzzi.
Yes.
Dr. Gross.
Yes.
Ms. Palin.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes.
Mr. Moncrief.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Policies and procedures, recommend motion to approve policies and procedures items A through N. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions? No questions?
Mr. Balone.
Yes.
Mr. Dalio.
Yes.
Ms. Januzzi.
Yes.
Dr. Gross.
Yes.
Mrs. Palin.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes.
Mr. Moncrief.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Several other items were included for informational purposes, including enrollment attendance reports, health office reports, suspension reports, and fire emergency drill reports. Now the floor is open for public comment on general public comment. Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express, with each statement made by a participant limited to 3 minutes as cited in policy 167. There's a sign-in sheet at the podium. Please sign in before you speak. Anyone looking to make a comment? Seeing no interest in comment? Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to ask regarding the survey that was sent regarding the half days. Is the district looking to modify the schedule, and what, if there's any reasons for it? This year I didn't really comment because we did decrease the half days, but we then introduced delayed openings, which I think that at this age it's very important to be consistent with students. Having lived through the split sessions at Highlands, that was really difficult for students to have a late day, then an early day, and things like that. In addition, if we have almost 50% of our population that's on free or reduced lunch, do we want the chance that they're missing breakfast by coming late, or they have days, and throwing off those types of schedules? My question is just, why is this being addressed now? I would assume that it would have been all settled, being that the schedule was finalized and approved by the board. I don't know if you can answer.
So I want to point out too, if anyone's listening or if anyone asks you, one of the things that came out of the survey for the late arrivals, we do have morning care still, and it's at a discounted rate. So if anyone still needs to bring their child, they still can.
I guess my concern is if they're 6th grader, parents are going to go, you know what, they'll probably be okay at home. Let's hope they make the bus. And what if they don't? You know, and kids are going to potentially miss school or things just like that are going to be happening. They're going to be home.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and we do have to find time in our schedule for professional development, and we still have to make sure that we're abiding by the contractual obligations. So initially, Mr. Eckenporter did send a survey out, seeing what was best for parents, late arrivals, early dismissals, and that out of that survey, that's where we came up with the late arrivals, and that's something we're going to try for this year to see if we get more time with our teachers for professional development.
So how many parents responded to that survey?
The first survey, I forget, right, John? 150.
Out of how many parents?
That's about what we usually get in terms of a response. So the second survey that was sent out, we got 178, the one that was recently sent out. And the reason we sent that was because we had met with the teachers, and they have expressed some concern about not having early dismissal. It's a nicer way that they can kind of prepare for the conferences at night. So we are trying to work through that with them, and they had asked if we can kind of gauge information from parents to see how they felt about it.
I guess my concern is this year we have the potential of having delayed late openings as guaranteed, early dismissals, and then the potential of having Easter break taken away from parents that are trying to make child care arrangements for an entire year. And then even teachers, they plan to have that week off. I don't understand why we can't do some things that are more consistent, that can give parents and students some stability. For years, we always had added snow days at the end of the year, and it's been this year and now coming in the future that we're talking about taking away from breaks, which just makes it difficult on everyone involved. Nurses, firemen, police, most of these people have to put their schedules in 3 months in advance. We're not going to be able to know if there's a snowy winter. Okay, now we have to make childcare arrangements.
No, and I completely appreciate that, and I know that you have expressed your concerns about the calendar a couple times, and just seeing these surveys, it's really all over the place. Everyone has a different perspective on that. If we are going to have a snow day and take away spring break, it will have to be with ample notice, and if it's not, then we would have to tag it on to the end of the school year.
But is there a reason why we don't tag it on to the end of the school year?
Mostly, we've gotten a lot of negative feedback on that because of graduation. It's difficult to change a graduation date at Pinelands because of project graduation and things like that. And then if we change
their schedule and not this schedule, then we hear, well, now the siblings are on different schedules and I have to find daycare, and just what you're talking about. So it really isn't a no-win situation. And as I said, we have to make sure that we get PD time in with the teachers, and when they have conferences, they have concerns too about having that time to prepare. So we're trying to find a happy medium.
I mean, my question is, how much professional development time do they get in on a half day? Like, is it enough quality time to have students leave for a half day? Because every time there's a snow day, we're only making it up as a half day.
Well, we're
in the
trying.
past, we've had 10% of our school year has been half days.
Yeah, and we're trying to do the late arrivals because we think we're going to get more quality time with them. So that's why we're doing the professional development then.
And it has nothing to do with the busing between Pinelands and the shared busing?
No, not the late arrivals. It really is, we think we're going to get more quality time with them with the late arrival. But we're, like I said, we're trying it for this year. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good evening.
Name
Good evening. Denise Mata, PTO.
Write it down.
I'd like to speak about our annual event that we had for our father-daughter dance in January. It was a great success. Many volunteers we'd like to thank for baking and their help. We held our annual candy bar bingo in February, which was a sweet night for our students. We had our second gift basket in March, which we raffled off some great prizes, including a gift certificate to the Great Wolf Lodge and a summer full baskets. In April, we held our Family Science Night, which was a great night of family fun. The month is keeping us extra busy. We hosted with a week of extra special treats for our teacher appreciation. At the ended on Friday with bagels, treats, and coffee to show our appreciation. We want to thank all the teachers and staff that have volunteered at our events. We had our Mother-Son event on Friday. It was a huge success and so nice to see the moms and sons having fun. This Saturday, May 18th from 1 to 4, we will be hosting our Wings and Things at the Mystic Island Casino, where we are featuring the menu for lunch and the IPA from Pinelands Brewery. 25% of the money will be donated back to us, to the PTO as a fundraiser. We are also doing our Thundering Surf fundraisers on May 17th, which will end on May 22nd for pickup in this room from 7 to 8. We also have our 6th grade personalized sign ceremony coming up. The sale is also ending on May 22nd. We will be displaying the signs of the promotion for the parents to take home on their way of leaving Pinelands. In June, we will have our Student Appreciation Carnival on Saturday, June 1st from 10 to 2 here at the Frog Pond School. We will have bouncy houses, crafts, dunk tank, food for everyone to enjoy. And on Friday, June 7th is our 6th grade dance from 6 to 8. Our students chose a Hollywood red carpet, and we hope that they enjoy their last night celebrating as elementary school students. Thank you. And our next meeting is May 22nd at 7 p.m. here. Thank you.
Did you say the event on Saturday starts at noon?
On Saturday, it goes from 1 to 4 at the Mystic Casino. Thank you.
Thank you. I like wings, that's it. Yes, somebody's going.
Anyone else looking to speak? Seeing no one else, we'll move on to board forum. Aside from their interest in the wings at noon, do you have anything to add?
Congratulate the retirees and everybody who received the award.
Mr. Zimmerman?
Quick.
Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed with the turnout tonight. It was really cool to be a part of that for the first time. All the retirees, I mean, I was 20 years, 25, 30, 35 years of service. Yeah, thank you, and congratulations at the same time.
Mr. Talia?
Just piggyback that, to congratulate all the retirees, the years of service. Special congratulations to Mrs. Basemeyer. There's a little affection for that person. She's pretty special to me. She's pretty amazing at what she does. So thank you for her years of service. And Mr. Brown, thank you for all that you've done, your presentations, and keeping the board abreast of our finances. That's it for me.
Dr. Cruz?
Certainly want to thank all the award winners, teachers, support staff, custodial staff. Congratulations of those that are going to get to retire. Always great to have our kids speak, and because the young ladies did singing, I also want to thank, because I should have done it last month, Mr. Brown for the wonderful sound system we now have here.
It sounds awesome, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. We could actually hear the young ladies.
It's improvement.
Yes.
Ms. Palin?
I kind of want to echo what Dr. Gross has said, and it's not surprising to me that we have the kind of devoted employees that were receiving awards tonight. Because if you're in it for the right reason, which is the students all the time, you can understand, but I appreciate very deeply that we can attract that quality of people working in the system in all levels, whether they're paras, whether they're custodial, whether they're teachers. They deserve a lot of credit, and they also have something to look at and be proud of when you see the finished product of what we are able to produce. I think the young people that spoke, even jumping in at the last minute, which one girl had to do because whoever was supposed to do it didn't show up. They can think on their feet. They're being well trained in Little Lake Harbor and Pinelands. And I'm glad that we're sharing services.
I agree. I just wanted to say congratulations to all the recipients, the students and the teachers of all the awards, and the retirees and the years of service, and Mrs. Sarah Dreher and her beautiful girls who performed. So it was really an exciting evening. Thank you.
All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye. 7:49.